I am a junglist Joe. I am a junglist Joe. When I wake every day through the night, you know I am a junglist Joe. That's one of my favorite jungle songs because it encompasses what I think of myself as a DJ. Hi, my name is James Moore Jr. Welcome to my channel. I am a storyteller. So I tell stories about my life and about things that I've experienced in a way that is either funny, informative, or just downright entertaining. So let me tell you how I became a drum and bass DJ. Back in 1998, oh yeah, back in the day, I had just gotten out of the military and I needed a job. So I had to go and grab a local newspaper. Side note, back in 1990 anything, we had to go and get newspapers to go and look for jobs. They had a job search section. Or we would just roll around in cars and look for help wanted signs in windows or on marquees of buildings. Back to reality. So I get this newspaper. I'm looking for a job. And I happen to see that there is a job for a bouncer at a local club that is within walking distance of where I live. Oh, this is great. I've never been a bouncer. I'm not really a fighter, so to speak, but I thought I can break up things if things got out of hand. It's a job and it's close to home. Let's go. I go to this building and I notice when I walk in that there's like two sides of it. I go to the side that's supposed to be where this place is hiring. I ask for an application. This lady gives me an application. I sit at the bar and I fill it out. And I ask her when I'm done, I'm like, hey, is the manager here? She goes, well, the owner's here. I was like, the owner? Cool. Can I meet him? She's like, sure, hold on 1 second. She goes and gets him. This little short Mexican guy comes walking out. He's got his big old smile. He's got his hair slicked back into a ponytail that comes down to the middle of his back. I was like, oh, this is a cholo for show. But when I speak to him, he doesn't seem like a cholo. So I just keep speaking. We rap for a little while, and he likes me. He's like, you know what? I want you to come work for me. Be here this weekend to start. I say, thank you. I go home and I get ready. I'm doing push-ups, trying to flex, making sure that I look intimidating. So that way I ain't got to fight. That weekend I show up and he tells me where I'm going to be. I'm sitting in this hallway, which is in between two clubs. I didn't realize it was two clubs until later. But I'm sitting here. After people come in, they pay, they go by me. I just look at them. I don't pat them down or nothing because this is an all ages club. I ain't supposed to be touching these minors. They go into the clubs and I just sit there and I'm bouncing. Just making sure I walk through the club every now and then to make sure nothing funny is going on. After 2 weeks of doing this, Jay comes to me the third week and was like, hey, I don't want you to bounce today. I want you to do something different. I'm like, all right, cool. So he's like, follow me. We start walking. We walk into the main room. We're walking by the bar. I'm thinking, oh, maybe he wants me to bartend. But no, we keep going. I'm like, oh, okay, well, let's keep going. And he walks me up to the DJ booth. And instantly I think, oh, he wants me to clean this up because it was a mess. He's like, I'm going to teach you how to DJ. I'm like, you want me to do what? DJ? I've never DJ'd. But okay, whatever you say, boss. He shows me his two turntables and this mixer. And then he shows me this new device that I'd never seen before. It was called a CDJ deck. And I was like, that looks interesting. I forgot when CDs came out, but this was new. I had never seen anything like this. He showed me how the two turntables and the mixer worked first. Because when you go over to the CDJ decks, they have a similar setup, but it's different. So the CDJ deck, it has two CDs in it in one device. And the trays come out, trays go in. Then there's a device on top of it that has the jog wheels for the CDs. It has the buttons for play, rewind, fast forward, and also next track, reverse track. And then it has pitch controls. So you can speed it up or slow it down. And it has a fader to go in between each CDJ deck. He gave me information overload first day because I've never used any of this equipment and he wants me to DJ in front of people? I was like, I got this. I got this. Come on. You can do this, James. Get out your head. We got this. Luckily, there was more music on CDs than turntables. So I played what I thought people wanted to listen to, which was stuff that I would want to listen to. Of course, people come up and give me requests and whatnot, but if I couldn't find it, I didn't play it. It was harder back in them days. You didn't have a screen where you can put in the search and find your track. Oh no, this was back in the primitive days when you had to search through CD books, reading pieces of paper with crappy handwriting, trying to find the song that you actually want, and then put the CD in, find that track and play it. That ain't it. That ain't it. There it is. There it is. All right, now rewind. Okay, now play. So at the end of that night, I tell Jay, like, yo, I don't think DJing's for me, man. I did terrible. He's like, well, before you give up, the club next door to us, they have DJs every weekend, different DJs. You need to go and check them out and meet some of those DJs. Maybe they can give you some pointers. I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. So next weekend, I go back to the club and he shows me a pathway to get to the other side without having to go through the front. So I sneak in through the back and I go over to the other side of the club and I hear when I come in, I'm like, what is this music? I go up to the bartender and I say, hey, what kind of music is this? He says, oh, this is house music. I said, house music? Sounds interesting. I stay there and I listen for a little bit. I watch the audience. This is a peculiar crowd. They're wearing things I've never seen before. I'm seeing people coming in with what they call kickwear. It's basically flared out pants that flare all the way out. You know how bell bottoms are usually tight up top, and when you get down to the knees, then they flare out? Oh no, not these. They're a little tight at the top, and they flare out from the buttocks. From the booty all the way down, it's just flaring out pants. And I'm looking at what they're wearing. They have all of these beaded jewelry all over their arms, and some around their neck. And some of them was sucking on pacifiers. I thought, ain't you a little old to be sucking on those? Never know mine. I'm watching, they're wearing visors, and they're doing this dance that looks like they're kicking an invisible football, or basketball, or soccer ball, any kind of ball, but they're just kicking it, and they're just moving, and they're just grooving. And I'm like, this is odd. This whole atmosphere is different. I leave, because I got to go back to work. The next weekend, I come back in. I hear something different. I hear boom to the doom to the cat to the doom boom to the doom to the cat to the boom to the doom to the doom to the cat. And I'm like, what is this? This sounds like break beats. The kind I used to break dance to back in the day. I'll go to the bartender. I'm like, hey, what is this? Oh, this is break beats. Break beats? He goes, I said, but I've heard break beats. My break beats that I used to break dance to don't sound like this. Oh, this is electronic break beats. I was like, oh. I listened and I watched the crowd. Now, some of the same crowd was there from last week, but there's a few different people out there this time. It's mainly Asians and they're break dancing. They're having the time of their life. They are getting down and I'm loving it. This atmosphere feels good. But I can't stay too long. I got to go back to work. The following weekend, I go back and this time I hear boom, 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 boom. I'm like, it sounds like house, but it's different. I go up to the bartender. I'm like, hey, what is this? He goes, oh, this is trance. I was like, trance? I was like, it sounds like house. He goes, no, not really. If you really listen, it's got a lot of melody in it. You hear it? I stood and I listened. It's like, it does sound melodic. It's like there's like an orchestra playing in the background. Like it's not the same as house, because house has very repetitive sections, whereas trance has melody. It just flows. So I'm watching the crowd. They're dancing, doing the same kind of kick dance, but they're just grooving. And I'm watching them, and I'm just in awe of this atmosphere. This music seems to just make people have fun and do something different. I'm like, okay, I dig it, but I got to get back to work. So I leave. Now, the next weekend, I go over there. I go inside and I hear boom, cat, 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 boom, cat. I get these chills. I get goosebumps. I get this feeling over me. I'm like, what is this? The sounds that I was hearing was amazing. They caught my attention immediately. I go up to the bartender. I'm like, what is this? He's like, oh, this is jungle. I was like, jungle? He's like, well, it's also known as drum and bass. I said, drum and bass? He's like, yeah. I was like, I like this. I stare at the DJ. He's just grooving. Everybody's on the dance floor dancing, and they're hyped. They are super hyped. I go up in front of the DJ, and I just watch in awe. I'm like, yo. I zone out. All I hear is the growling bass lines, the wobbly bass lines, the drums, the snares, the kick, all of that. And it sounds amazing. I zone back in, and I'm just looking around, and I'm like, this is it. This is what I've been needing to find. I remember that DJ's face. I go back to work. I go back over to the other side, which is the name of our club. I say, Jay, I found this genre of music that is amazing. I think I want to DJ that. He goes, well, go follow that DJ. Get his information. Maybe see if he'll give you some tips. Tell you where to get the music. I'm like, I'm going to do that. I waited till the club let out. I'm in front of the building. I'm anticipating. I'm just waiting for him to come out. He finally comes out. I'm like, hey, sir, sorry to interrupt. Sorry to bother you, but I heard your set and it's amazing. What is that music that you're playing? I said, oh, that's drum and bass. It's jungle. It's this and that. I'm like, I really would like to learn how to play that. I'm a DJ in the other side of this club, and I would like to learn how to play it. He goes, all right, man, here's my number. And hit me up, bro. We can get together and I'll show you all kind of stuff. You do that for me? Thank you. I called that guy the very next day. His name was DJ Swiss. I called him the next day. Me and him become good friends. He tells me where to go and get records because I started off on vinyl. Didn't have no CDJs. Went and got vinyl. Me and him got together on various weekends and he would teach me how to mix because drum and bass is very different than house. Oh. And I just got better. I got good and I've been DJing drum and bass ever since 1999. That's my story. This story was actually brought to you by CC's Creative Fitness. If you are looking to get on your fitness journey, whether it be from home or at a gym, CC's Creative Fitness has plans that are just for you. Go to ccscreativefitness.com, sign up, and get a plan created tailored just for you, for your body type. CC's Creative Fitness. Love yourself first, and then spread the love to everyone else. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Be sure to like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more stories from me because I'm building my skills as a storyteller. I want to take these stories to stages. I want to entertain. I want to make people laugh. I want people to think. And I also want to make people smile. That's my goal. That's my plan. And that's how I'm going to do it. My man. Hey. Until next time. Thank you for your time. Peace.